Today on the channel, we got a Christmas season unboxing from the Nutcracker of all things and Figura Obscura. We got the Mouse King.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Figura Obscura holiday unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Mouse King from the Nutcracker. But for all your Mouse King needs, not exactly sure. eBay, Store Horseman, maybe they have some left. If not, I'm not exactly sure. Wouldn't be shocked to see a repaint down the road, though, in this one, as they always do with these Figura Obscuras. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and we got the Mouse King from the Nutcracker here. Now, I don't know about you guys, and especially you gals out here. Going to talk to you gals for a little bit, or the guys too. The Nutcracker, to me, reminds me of elementary school, as I want to say it was like second grade, or maybe it was first grade, third grade, sixth grade. There was something where they would skip a year or whatever, but there was always a time where we'd go on a field trip for the holiday season, and we would go to the Nutcracker, but it was like the abridged version of the Nutcracker because they knew the little kids, myself included, couldn't stand it, maybe, or maybe it was just to make it shorter for the field trip. I don't know, for whatever reason. But when I hear the Nutcracker, I think of the Nutcracker, I think of those elementary school field trips. Now, I was a kid that loved a field trip in elementary school because you got out of your normal classes. It was something different, something off the beaten path. So get me on that school bus, get me to the field trip. But for whatever reason, I hated the Nutcracker. I hated it. I'm saying it, Todd McFarlane, and Todd's a Nutcracker a time or two. So is my wife from time to two. But the Nutcracker was terrible as a kid. Maybe it was because I just saw the abridged version. I don't know, but I hated it, but I liked it because it was a field trip. You know what I mean. But I'll never forget watching it, of course, from the theater or wherever we were at. Always the highlight, but the creepy part of it was the Mouse King. He'd come out at the end with his sword swinging and stuff, and it just creeped me out. And it was a creepy costume back in the 90s, early 90s, whatever it would have been. Just creeping me out. It was always creepy, and I always remember the Nutcracker as the creepy mouse. Now, I've never really been scared of anything like TV, movies, and stuff, even at a little age. Nothing really frightened me. But I remember just looking, like, this is just creepy. It was just one of those unsettling, creepy things. Like, I knew it was a guy in a costume, but I was like, it's just weird, this Mouse King running around. I liked a Rat King. I was a turtle kid, of course. But wild time at the old Nutcracker. I don't know. Give me your Nutcracker memories in the description down below or in the comment section. I'm cracking myself up here with this unboxing, but everybody loves a Nutcracker unless you don't. But here it is. We got the packaging here. It is Figura Obscura, so we do get these. And now that I think of it, I still haven't unboxed the last Figura Obscura, the Jersey Devil. So one of these days we're going to get around to that as well. But you got a very holiday-themed packaging on this one. And a lot of people taking the Horsemen to task for this, wanting to complete the Christmas Carol. They're giving us the old Mattel Masters Universe Origins. They're delaying. And you got to be careful. If you delay too long, you're going to have a big explosion. We know how that goes. So they got to be careful with that. But maybe next year they'll get back on brand. Or maybe we're going to get the whole world of the Nutcracker. Oh, please, no. On the side, though, you do get the holiday packaging looking pretty cool. And then, as usual with these, the power of magnets, guess what? They compel us. As you got the magnets on here, and it comes out, and you got a nice little background going on. Very, very cool. Then you got the Mouse King here. Now, maybe this is my childhood memories. I don't remember. Maybe it was I was at a low-budget play. The Mouse King only had one head back when I was there. This one, he's got multiple heads. So choose your own Mouse King adventure is what we'll say. Now, where is the Mouse King? Nobody will know, but you can't see him because he's all protected inside there. Looks interesting, but it does say Mouse King. You got a Nutcracker over there. You got the old Queen over here. And I can't even remember. It's been so many years since I've seen the Nutcracker or even really thought about it. But was there like a boy or something? Or did he get turned into like a Nutcracker? And I don't know. I just remember there was a sword fight at the end with the Mouse King and something happened. Somebody, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. And then you got the readout. I guess I would know a lot about it if I read all this, but that's a lot of reading, guys. It's a lot of reading. Based on Alexandre Dumas. I know a Dumas or two. 1844 short story, which in itself is a retelling of an 1816 publication by E.T.A. Hoffman. Oh, one of my all-time favorites. The Nutcracker is a ballet by Piotr. Oh, Piotr. I remember him on the X-Men, if I'm not mistaken. Tchaikovsky. Oh, Tchaikovsky was involved in this. Oh, stories I could tell. That debuted in 1892 at the Imperial Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg, Russia. Beautiful this time of year, I'm sure. Well, not initially a success, go figure. The Nutcracker has since become one of Tchaikovsky's most famous scores and a holiday staple of ballet companies worldwide. And there's a lot more from there that I'm not going to read for everybody, but you can pause the video and check it out if you would like to. If you want to hear more about nuts being cracked, that'd be the place to go. So we get silica packets, we get instructions, nice packaging inside here. Very nice packaging across the board here. Now we do get the booklet. I think this tells a little bit more of the story if that's your thing. You got that going on. Ooh, cape season being celebrated right here in front of our eyes here with this nice big cape. I'm here for that. Oh, we get a little display stand. We get scepters. We get a lot of stuff going on in here. And oh my goodness, what else we got? We got the stuff falling over. We got the Mouse King. Look at all those heads. This is just going to fall over immediately with this heavy head here. You get the neck extension piece, and I think you can take any of these single heads or any of these heads off and make a single head if you want to. Man, there's a lot going on right here. There's a lot going on. See you later, goodbye. But I'm going to take this offline. Try to make heads and, dare I say, tails out of this Mouse King. All right, let's get down to the Mouse King, and we did get the booklet here that gives a little bit more of the story if that is your thing. If you need a refresher, like I probably do, honestly, we got that whole booklet there, so nice to see that. Also nice to see this really nice stand. I mentioned that big head with all those different heads there. It's going to be very heavy. This will hold it in place, and I love that this moves up and down so you can adjust as you see fit. Nice green stand. I like that they threw that in there. Now, historically with these Figura Obscura holiday figures, we always get a surprise. I forgot all about it until I got this out. I'm only can assume that this is the surprise in this black baggie. Todd, any guesses? I guess we'll see. Sometimes it's a peek under future things we're going to get. Ooh, this is interesting. See you later, goodbye. It's a Nutcracker head right here, and he's missing an eye. He's got missing teeth. Pretty darn cool here. I don't know if this works so much on this body or not, but we all know about those Mythic Legion fans. Maybe you're one of them. I guess if you're watching this, you probably are. Customizer Central. You could make something out of this, I'm sure, but this is actually nice and a nice surprise. I'm not deep in the weeds with looking at other reviews and stuff. You guys know that, so I was truly surprised by this, which is nice to see. I remember one year, there was a head inside of Jacob Marley's storage locker thing he had there, and it was like an undersea deep six like mask or something. I remember my dad and I trying to figure out what could this be for. That was a fun adventure. Speaking of the Mouse King, what a segue. We got 2 extra hands here, 2 gripping hands out of the package. I guess more splayed out hands. I don't know. We got gripping hands out of the package, splayed out hands here in the baggie, ready to go. We do get 2 extra screws. I'm not sure what those screws are for. Oh, right in here, I guess you can screw this in if you want to. So you got 2 screws you can put in there. I'm probably going to just tape this to the bottom like so is probably what I'm going to end up doing. And then we get down to some accessories here. Mouse King got a big scepter here ready to go. He's got a nice green jewel at the top, looking like a good scepter. I could see people reusing this in other lines as well. Looking good. Nice brass kind of gold color. And then, of course, you remember back to that classic fight with him on stage. If you were at it like I was in elementary school, he's got the sword ready to go. And I feel like this sword we've seen probably with the Mythic Legions line. It's probably just reuse. I'm pretty sure I've seen this a time or two with some knights. Makes sense, though. Gotta get the most out of your molds. We got that going on. Got a big tail. You can't have a mouse without a tail, can you? Got the big old tail on the end. Look at that bendy wire action. You know I'm here for some bendy wire action. Yeah, I am. I'm here for it. Plugs right into the backside for him, and then you can adjust this however you see fit. Nice attention in the details there. We do get the big cape. It is cape season after all. Dangerously close to winter season, but we got the cape going on. Torn, tattered, patched up. It's ready to go, but we do got this. Red on the outside, black on the inside. You got the wire in the cape. First class right here is what I'm going to say. Love the cape, celebrating cape season here with the Mouse King. But now we're diving into the Mouse King. Now we got that second head attachment here. So you can connect one head or connect all the heads. Choose your own adventure. And then you got the overlay over the top you put on there. Put the cape over. Writes itself at this point, so looking good there. But now we're officially down to the Mouse King here. And this is wild with all these heads. Now, I guess I'm not super familiar with the story, but I don't remember 7 heads. But it is cool to see all these different heads. And like we said a couple times, pop these heads off, use them singularly if you want to. Start a mouse army if you want to. And I'm sure we'll see some more mice in the future from Mythic, Cosmic Legions, and so forth. The first head, like square right there in the center, is the true Mouse King. He's got those bone crown going on, looking very good. And you got a lot of the mice here that look very similar. I mean, the heads aren't terribly different. They're very stoic. Now, up top, you got one with his mouth wide open, those big old teeth bare there, got the tongue going on. You also got one with a couple of teeth just sticking out. But the other ones are pretty much plain Jane. So you got 3 really specific heads, and then you got 4 of the same heads, is how it looks to me. Love the big arc up the top. It's like a spine up here on the armor and a big bone out there. Looking extra crazy. Very crazy on this one. I like it, though. It's very ornate, and there's no doubt it is extremely top-heavy. I mean, there's no way this guy will ever stand on his... Oh, I was going to say, he'll stand on his own, but I don't know if you can get him into powerful battle positions or not. But he is very, very top-heavy, so be aware of that. Got the brass color throughout. Getting down to the body, looking very ornate as well. Of course, gripping hands we talked about here. He's got a little bit of fur sculpted in throughout. Real fur, real mouse fur. That would have been something, huh? We do got a belt going on. You got a protective loincloth here like he walked out of Eternia. A bunch of bones dangling off the side. I guess fallen enemies maybe. You do got some holsters. We'll call them holsters. You can put his sword in there if you want to, and the scepter. Got the spot right there in his butt. Right there in there you plug his tail into if need be. Looks like he's got some khaki pants on. Got some Terry Steinbach-esque knee pads going on here. And then you got the very mouse-like feet, the 5 toes down here. Very mouse-like, very rat-like too as well. Articulation, of course. Arms do go around. However, they are totally limited when you have this over the top. You do get a little bit of side-to-side up top. You also get the waist articulation. Bicep cut, there it is. Single, double jointed, pinless elbows playing the hits. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. Leg goes up pretty good. Single jointed knee. Wouldn't be a bad idea to heat this up, but it did move just fine. You do get the lower calf cut here for the mouse for a little extra articulation. Then you do get the ankle articulation as well, back and forth, side to side. No hole in the feet here, so not going to fit on a traditional stand. So you're definitely going to have to use this stand if you want him standing up real good, which I'm not opposed. I think the Legion team, Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, Figura Obscura, I think they should give us more of these stands for the top heavy, the big figures, just so they don't do dives off of our bookshelves and things like that. Nothing worse than having a Legion fall on the floor and break on you. It hasn't happened to me. Fingers crossed it never does. But I've heard horror stories from people. I said horror Todd McFarlane stories. But looking good here. Now these heads just easily pop off like so. So I guess you could grab other Legion figures and pop their heads on here if you want to really mix it up. But these do come off nice and easy. So really get as creative as you want to with this. Heck, buy a few of these, army build them if you want to as well. There's a lot of possibilities with this figure, but not a bad piece of work. Not the Mouse King I think of, but a cool figure is a cool figure. And as I said, I don't have super fond memories outside of getting to go to a field trip with the Mouse King. But this is a cool, crazy, really almost like horror-like figure. And it's weird watching that play. I keep going back to that play. It almost felt like a horror play during the Christmas season to me. I don't know. I can't explain it. But hopefully I explained the Nutcracker enough here today from the latest Figura Obscura line. Interesting to say the least. Dive into it if you must. But there it is. That is the Mouse King. What's your thoughts here? This a pickup? This is something you need in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. and then some. We got even more content. Yes, it's true. There's more content to be had on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Check it out, support the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available wherever podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So for the Mouse King, hopefully everybody has some happy holidays.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.